The hardest thing about the dark nights is that you are in a desert with no oasis in sight. The promised land is not even a discussion. You feel abandoned by God. It's like you're asking, Lord, where are you? Fear invades your consciousness. It's like you start to think to yourself, I'm going to be a loser, just like my daddy. I'm going to be homeless, just like my friend. And frustration sets in, and you think to yourself, oh Lord, why did you even bother to show your face to me if you're going to give me this kind of treatment? Now, dark nights, guys, by far the hardest season of your journey. Seriously speaking. Now, how you maneuver this stage is crucial to your spiritual health. Now, people refer to dark nights as a period of spiritual dryness, which that lose all contact with God or the universe. But your dark night of the soul can be caused by many, many things. It's basically, guys, one of the hardest moments of your entire being. Now, in this period, all you want to do is get away from society. But at some point, guys, you do need to come out. And today I want to talk about how to come out of your dark nights. Yeah. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Alula, and welcome to Awaken the Ego. How to come out of your dark nights. Now, I've made so many videos about dark night of the soul, and here is another one. And this one is, when is the right time, guys, to come out of this season of your life? Now, for those of you that embody feminine energy, this season should be a little bit easier to deal with. Me, this season was so frustrating for me because at that stage, I embodied so much of the masculine energy. I was into go, 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 do, make things happen, and this three-dimensional world. But this season or this period or this dark night was like teaching me how to marry the two of them, really. Now I apply this technique in everything that I do. It's so wonderful. I apply it to my workouts. It's like I go hard for 3 days and rest. I apply this same principle to these YouTube videos. Now, for those of you who've been with me since day one, for the first 2 years on this channel, I was consumed with producing and producing and producing. But this time around, it's like I found a balance. And I'm much more recharged and more energized to make this video. Now, going back to the topic on how to come out of the dark night of the soul, guys, let me tell you something. This period of your life, guys, is simply an initiation to your calling. This is a process of rebirth, guys. This is how the chosen ones particularly are born again. This time, usually, many chosen ones are in isolation. Now, this isolation, however long it lasts, guys, is something that you are to embrace. Even though it's lonely, even though it's hard, even though it's one of the most difficult things you can ever do. Let me tell you something. The best thing you can do to embrace it. Now, when your time comes for you to emerge out of this dark night of the soul, how do you do it? And most importantly, when is the best time to come out of the dark night of the soul? Now, guys, my first advice, if you ask me, is don't try to come out of the dark night of the soul. Seriously speaking. I mean, I tried it. And let me tell you something. I was back within 2 hours. Particularly on my ascension journey. At times, the outside world was so overwhelming for me. All I could do is just hide out in my apartment. Don't try to come out. Just do as you're led to do. If you feel like, or if you're led to, isolate yourself. Understand that is the best thing you can do for yourself at that time. Now, you might wonder to yourself, how long can I keep on going with not even trying to come out of this dark night of the soul until you naturally plan how you're going to emerge out of these dark nights. The thing about the dark night of the soul is, actually, I wouldn't even call it the dark night of the soul. I would call it the dark night of the ego. It's like you are going through so much ego death. One of the things I remember that happened to me was I went shopping. I bought some groceries. I was so frustrated with this season. I was so worried that I was never going to come out of there. As soon as I dropped my groceries on the table, my ego just exploded angrily. But the most interesting about this time is like I was aware and I caught it. I was aware. That was not me. That was just my ego reacting to my situation. And there is when I understood, really, I was marrying these two worlds into my consciousness. Now, when the time comes for you guys, you're gonna start planning and doing things, to come out. Until that time comes for you, seriously speaking, don't even attempt it. Now, let's move on to the next point. How do you come out of your dark nights? Come out, guys, when you got a mission. Come out when you hear your calling loud and clear. Come out, guys, when you got something to do with yourself. The thing about calling, or the thing about finding yourself, usually, guys, this thing is found during your dark night of the soul. This is the time, guys, you're gonna be meeting with your higher self. This is the time you're gonna be meeting with your purpose. In fact, this is the reason why this dark night of the soul was designed in the first place. You know, stay in this place, stay in this season until you find what are you going to do with yourself. When that time comes, guys, it's like you come out with a new mission. Yeah, there's something about men and women of God that says, you know, it's like the vow, and they say, you know what, I'm gonna make something of myself, you know, and let me tell you something, and that is found during your dark nights. All right, moving on. Oh, look at this, great. Let's walk back this way. Moving on to the next point. How do you come out of your dark night, guys? You know, you come out of dark nights by relocating yourself from the place that you used to be. Actually, this is important. You know, one of the most interesting and good things that I do every time I go through this process of shedding skin is like I travel. Now, traveling, guys, has been one of my best passions ever since I was young. And I've been blessed enough, oh, thank you, God, for me to experience travel. It's like I've been on all continents now, and it's a beautiful thing. Anyway, part of the reason why I love traveling after I come out of my dark night is that this is where I put my new identity to test. Yeah, it's like I go to a place where nobody knows me. You know, the funny thing about like change is that if you're trying to like be your new self around people that you used to know or situations that you used to know, it's like you can't fully be your new self. You know, that is why it's so good for you to go to a new place. Even if you can't go on a vacation or a holiday to another country, you can go to the next city, or you can go to the next suburb, or you can go to the next whatever. As long as you get to experience new things or new people and new, you know, surroundings. And let me tell you something that will help you and putting your new identity to work, you know, or to test it. You know, take at least 21 days in order for you to imprint or start displaying your new identity, you know, outwardly, guys. And that is how you come out of your dark nights. Okay, guys, like this video, subscribe to this channel. Until your next video, God bless and take care. Bye bye. See you.